waiting on the happen at the mining sector. Take me through some of the recent activities and we don't happen at the mining, at the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources.
Thank you very much. And as you rightly said, the Constitution gives you the mandate for make sure, say, the mineral resources of this country, we manage them in a very effective, efficient, transparent, and sustainable way. And for do that, it means we get forget institutions that we have been already set up, where they allow we for execute that mandate and ensure, say, as well, that we get the laws, regulations, and the legislative framework that we do that has been set up. And of course, the institutions that they talk about, let me clarify this first. The Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, we in the political wing, basically we formulate policies, which the National Minerals Agency, we only agency, we directly under their own job now for regulate and make sure they implement them policies. So whilst over the years we do that, I also just want to remind Fambula that from 2009 we began the Mines and Minerals Act. For nearly 14 years, it remains static even when we knowledge in terms of geological and mining sector don't increase and we don't get new challenges. So the first thing we make sure we undertake a very comprehensive review of that act, which luckily under the leadership of His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio, in 2023 we enact the Mines and Minerals Development Act for make sure, say, after we don't do a benchmark study in most of the other countries, especially the sub-region, that we remain competitive and we will attract the right investors for Canada country. So since the enactment of that law, we don't make sure, say, the institutions are well set up, and not only the NMA and the Ministry of Mines, but also we get with sister ministries, departments, and agencies who they work with. And then we know, see, they don't update and law them, the Environment Protection Agency. There will be done set under His Excellency a own vision, the Sierra Leone Mines and Minerals Development Management Corporation. We basically an entity for carry out the government commercial interest in the sector for so long. A lot of people that they say, we just in mind, we allow private investors that for can mine. Why make government, they participate? Why make government, owe mining concessions? So in the wisdom of His Excellency and his government, we set up that in 2023, headed by the Executive Director, Karifa Kagbo. So not only for carrying the commercial interest, but also then say we give them assets. So for the first time, the government said they get assets, we instead they manage. So we put in assets them, we manage, then also any other mining related infrastructure or commercial activities, then I undertake that. Whereas the ministry remain for me the policy formulator and the NMA remain for me the regulator. Now, over the years, which we don't do without the human resource, able to do much. We don't try for empower young men and young women, bringing a lot of Sierra Leoneans into the sector, make sure they get the requisite skills, knowledge, expertise for do the work that they do. Mining is very scientific, it's very technical, but at the same time we work with communities because mining they take place in very hard to reach communities. And if we get for make sure we get the right interpersonal skills, for make sure we engage. Not only that, for make sure not only the technical skills of young men and young women with work there, but also their attitude, their behavior, and their character. That are for the underlying things. We get a lot of graduates that come to university, they come with knowledge, but not get the skills. So we develop that and make sure, they build and confidence as Sierra Leoneans so that they remain very competitive, globally. We don't ensure, also, that, we've always been constrained by finances. For so long, a lot of people, they say we just mine, export raw minerals, we don't get much, we rely on development partners that for guide us. So we decide for take development into our hands in our own way. That don't mean we don't need development partners, so we don't try to make sure the revenue that we generate over the years we're able to retain some within the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and the NMA, so that we are able actually formulate we own policies and implement them under we own I call them we own developmental goals in alignment with what the president has set for us as the national agenda.
Okay.
We also don't make sure we form strategic partnerships with them, and we will know they will work with us technically, financially, and in terms of developing human capacity and the communities, making sure the prosperity we all look for in terms of these minerals that we share is in a more equitable and transparent way. So we don't do that, and I make at the mining week we'll talk about later. We try for showcase all which we don't do.
Okay. When you dey give up the updates about things that we don't happen at the mining sector, you talk about the review of the Mines and Mineral Development Act of 2023, where now they in existence.
That's correct.
Let we look into what's not the changes where these acts don't bring come to the mining sector.
For those who don't follow us, we see say in terms of, at the end of the day with the mine, now for ensure say the revenues that we generate from the mining actually translated to some broad-based sustainable development where go impact on every Sierra Leonean wherever we are, so that we're able to undertake with infrastructural development, deal with health, education, and others. You don't see so we don't increase over the years the revenue we generate from the mining sector. Yes, not true. So we get a lot of foreign direct investment and private investors in the sector. If we look in 2025, because that we get figures already verified, the total export of minerals from this country is almost 1.3 billion. I mean, that's if you look over the period, and a nearly 16% rise from 2024, will now be 1.13 billion. The year before that, now be almost about 900 million. And the year before that, about 500 million. Then the year before that, about 380 million. So if you look gradually, stepwise, that has been increasing. And that possible because we don't put in policies then for make sure, say, things like value addition, they take place now, do not much, which we call beneficiation. I mean, if anybody go to Marampa, you see, say, most of the iron ore nowadays export is very competitive, 65% plus. If you go to Kingo as well, that's what they are doing. If you go to Sierra Rutile, not to only the heavy mineral sands that they separate into rutile, magnet, ilmenite, and zircon. And also with the ensure, say, one of the main things from 2009, we get license them to people. We get 3 categories of main license in the mining sector. We get large scale mining, small scale, and exploration. Of course, we get artisanal. But as I speak so now, we get about 29 large scale mining license. Then we get, exploration is almost 41. No, we get 36 large scale, 29 exploration. Okay. What did they do? Before the law will update them, we possibly give mining license. Annually, you pay license fee, be 500,000. We increase that to 1 million. So we double, the tax non-revenue. We normally in our royalties.
You mean $1 million?
$1 million. Yeah, $1 million. If you're a large scale mining license holder, the moment you get license, yearly you're obliged for the pay $1 million, irrespective of all other charges and the license fees. Okay. We double that from 500,000 to 1 million. And that allow, because how the enemy they operate. Now part of those revenue the enemy they take for operate for actually hire mine monitors and buy equipment and do all the other stuff them as well. And the ministry said they get some percentage of that. So we increased down under that law. And also to ensure say the increase on the efficiency of the mining operations. So with that, the volume of production they go up. It means the more you produce, the more you export. It means the royalty they get also increase. If you look, it's almost double from 2024, between 2024 and 2023. So not only that, mining not only which is central government they do, but which also they happen at the mining communities themselves, because mining, it take place in hard to reach areas. Okay. So those mining communities over the years from 2009, we people they mine, with the export, they get 0.01% of the gross revenue where they get from the previous year. Will not be 1% of 1%. So when we do the act, His Excellency was very passionate about this, that we have to return something to the communities. So we increase it now to at least 1% of gross revenue from the previous year. If you follow the news, just less than 2 weeks ago, we go to Nkolili, we go the president, we give a check to the community, 3 chiefdom, Natonkolili of nearly 99 billion, which is almost about $4.3 million. Okay. The year before that, we give 56 billion. Then before that, 20 billion. Marampa, they do likewise. And not only in terms of that as well. The institutional setup, as I say, we don't set up SLMM, DMC, the governance relationship between the NMA, the EPA, the NRA, where they collect the money they do, has been very strengthened. We don't remove duplications, and also we get redundancies, then we law to make sure say we still work on that. Mr. Matai,
this act in any way gets provisions for workmen where they work in a mining company, and so for we Sierra Leoneans say where they work in a mining company, in terms of benefits, allowance, medical, in any way gets provisions, like for instance, we don't see the saga now the Koidu Holdings Limited.
You see, the mining sector will deal with and the law as well. it gets a whole cross-cutting things where we as an institution also get for work. I mean, vertically within, the mining sector, the institutions that are there horizontally, which means we get for work with environment, labor, local content, finance, and so many. Labor laws, I mean, they're under the Ministry of Labor, Employment, Labor and Social Security. We work with them. Local content is it's very important to us as well. We get to make sure, say, we domesticate most of those talents where they come from abroad and their skills and technology transfer. So as I speak right now, we get over or nearly 15,000 Sierra Leoneans directly employed in virtually all the mining sectors where we put them together, nearly 96% of Sierra Leoneans. Of course, we do work with the local content policy for make sure, say, it's not only in terms of the people you employ, but the services provided by other Sierra Leoneans within a mining-related sector, that we work with them for make sure, say, those commitments are met. In terms of the terms and conditions, like any other private employer, they oblige, they got obligations, and they get a right. So when they do that, we work with organizations, the other ministries, departments, and agencies, we monitor that. And health and safety as well. So, but one of the things about the mining sector, they get this collective bargaining agreement under the United Mines Union, an organization where they deal with that collective bargaining, normally those under, below the senior management level. So, you refer to which happened at Kwedu. Which happened at Kwedu, it was not due to directly mining related issues. We had to talk about that. It's not operational in terms of technical issues. It was the terms and conditions.
Where be they work in that company?
I fully agree with you. Now they try to say so. You see, it started with a labor disagreement over terms of conditions of pay here and there. The labor, ministry later contacted we. And of course, later they talk about things that we do with health and safety allegations you have made. Within the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources, as I say, within the NMA, we get the Directorate of Mines, we get Inspector of Mines, we get Manager for large-scale mining. We always go to that place. Me don't say don't go a few times. I don't go underground. We make sure, say, me a geologist by the background. I've been working in so many mining companies. So we go there for go see what they happen, even when I was a Director General at the NMA. So there's always going to be disagreements over terms and conditions, because some of them terms and conditions, some of them, yes, the subjective, some of the relative compared to other institutions. So the labor employment day, the law days, so they began a disagreement, we later cascade into some community issues. But at the same time, we work as a government, not as individual ministries, departments, and agencies, for make sure Sierra Leoneans, the way they work in mining companies, their welfare is well taken care of, to make sure health and safety things are taken care of, to make sure also their skills transfer to Sierra Leoneans, so that even when Sierra Leoneans come in with time, those where they come in with expertise where they not get, they provide secondment and apprenticeship. And furthermore, we also ensure we work with the academic institutions to make sure we young men and young women, they get the requisite skills when necessary for the mining sector. So we are not just sitting down as a mining sector, we relate with other ministries, departments, and agencies to make sure those issues are addressed. For me, as a Minister of Mines, it's extremely paramount to me and important that every Sierra Leonean employed by a mining company get a job that, as is described, not only a job, but dignified as well. They should be respected, as well as the communities. But it's a challenge that is always going to be there. So it needs a collective collaboration with other MDAs, and including the individuals themselves who are employed, making sure the rights and obligations who they give to companies, they adhere to them. Then too, as employees, adhere to, what need for happen. Let me say this just quickly. Every mining company in this country, that it cannot, because they want to develop with young men or young women, or they want to develop pros, or that they can make money. And we believe, those money, when they are generated, should be cascaded to the communities and every Sierra Leonean in a more equitable and transparent way. So not to just by employment, as I say, we get dignified employment, not to just get security officers or people that work in our kitchen, so we don't employ these numbers. So those are some of the things we work with sister agencies and for address.
Mr. Minister, you earlier mentioned, when we review the acts, don't ensure, we empower Sierra Leoneans the way they come out university for getting requisite skills so that they go able for work in the mining sector. The issue of the Koidu holdings start as a result of where the First Lady be lead a protest with workers at a mining company for against certain issues. Then, one, it be right at that particular time for let the first lady be lead a protest against the mining company, and what's not be the active role where the Ministry of Mines be play at that time for ensure say they address the issue of the Koidu holdings.
You see, mining is multifaceted. You get things that for do with labor, you get things that for do with health, you get things that for do with education, you get things that for do with community. So which means you get to work with various MDAs. At the same time, as I mentioned earlier, we mandate as Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and for ensure say we effectively, efficiently, transparently, and sustainably manage the mineral resources of this country and everything related to it. Conflicts are always going to happen, even a married house, between husband and wife, between children and their parents, because that's just human dynamics. Now, within the mining sector, you get foreigners the way they can put in the money. We get local people, then we get local chiefs, we get employees of all sorts of, from different countries they come in. So it's inevitable that there's always going to be misunderstanding. And that's why we get institutions the way they address those issues. Things the way they basically intersect with the way they do as mining ministry. When we know able to deal with them within we ministry, we make sure say we collaborate with other partners, relevant statutory bodies that will address those issues. Now you refer to the issue of First Lady. I'm not here to to comment on that. I can tell you outrightly whether it's right or wrong. Because as an institution, we did the right thing as Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources. We engaged Koidu Holdings. We've always been there even before that conflict. NMA, when at the implementing regulatory agency, gets scheduled visitation to those sites, making sure the health and safety things are met, making sure the rights and obligations of Koidu are respected and upheld, making sure also the rights of our young men and young women working in those conditions are upheld, making sure also the communities as well, where basically those resources belong to, and making sure they respect them, their dignity, their culture, their traditions, and of course their welfare. Now, if those issues then come in, as I said, if it starts with a labor issue, the Ministry of Labor, dealt with that, yes. It was later cascaded to the Ministry of Mines and later to the Office of the President, and we had dealt with that. Yes, but you see, negotiations or agreements or disagreement takes place between two entities, not one person. Now, Koidu also get obligations for meet, whether be for meet. So if they're not able to meet them, and we say not able to meet, their own demands will input and the demands of the communities as well and the workers, we get a stalemate, which is very unfortunate. So where we are now, we are still through the Office of the Attorney General Minister of Justice, through which again we communicate all these things. I will not lie, as a Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, I feel very sad about it, that over thousands of people lost their jobs. As we talk now, Koidu, it's in care and maintenance. We get thousands of families. Yes, directly or directly, we are benefiting from Koidu.
So the company will come back?
That it's a commercial decision for the company to make, because as I talk to now, there are threats of litigation between the governments of Sierra Leone and Koidu. They don't write to we severally. We said all right. We communicate with them through the Office of the Attorney General. But this is a question which so many times people ask me whether Koidu they come back. I can give this from my own professional perspective. You see, mining is very capital intensive. It gets a lot of risk. When people come mine, not only for take geological or technical data, they get for also get a social license, which means they get for make sure with the communities who say that they mine, they get a very peaceful relationship. Now that trust is broken. Where trust is broken, we see what happen over a period of time. The workers that they don't try, the Koidu management try reach out. When you lose your social capital to operate, it no matter which technical skills you get, it no matter which finance you come with, there's always going to be disturbances and disruptions in those communities. Now, Koidu themselves, most of the communities where they kind of money that they go take loan, they insure themselves, they get financiers them. If they realize the situation not good, you understand? They get for me that judgment, and that's where they are. So we are still trying to see how that could be done. For let them come back. If they not come back, how other companies or other investors will come, make sure we provide jobs for our people.
For make them come back now one, but we understand this matter in a court, not true?
Well, I won't say it in a court, because the right to we, through the Office of the Attorney General, for low meet. Every time we get you mining license, we also get arbitration clauses. We will say if at all there's a disagreement, you get 90 days, for negotiating good faith. And if that will not happen, either party get right to go, seek arbitration either by the ICC or the ICSID. And where we are now, we lawyers that they engage them, they say the lawyers that they engage with. As far as me know, where I sit, there have not been any formal arbitration started. I have been a part of which we go through HSL mining. I know, we begin to take statements from you. That has not happened yet. As Minister of Mines, nobody has come to me for take statements for any arbitration proceedings, as far as I know.
Okay, so this company don't lock for now. Waiting at the status of the workman, I will be the work day.
This is very straightforward. You get employer-employee relationship. You get terms and conditions we get for abide by. If that is broken down, it was over this dispute over wages, some backlog, dispute over health and safety issues, welfare issues. We tried severally. Again, as I said, several institutions that within the government tried to intervene in no work. Now, since March last year, and we're talking about over nearly a year, as I say, it saddens me as a Minister of Mines and as a Sierra Leonean for seeing brothers and sisters, parents and children sitting down there. If anybody knows what incredible they do over there, they provide lights, they provide hospital, ambulances, school buses here and there. They are not perfect, but these were now things that were there, but now currently they are missing. The workers themselves also, we get many related activities. People in the way they sell, people in the way they rent houses, people in the way they provide transportation. Honestly, I always talk to my colleagues the way they go to visit here and back and forth, they give report. We get security at the station there, we work with ONF's Office of National Security for see how the security situation, and they will monitor also within the happen at the community. It's very deplorable. People are depressed. We can talk to the MPs them from those areas, the paramount chiefs. It's worrisome, but again, the government will get responsibility for make sure these are our brothers and sisters. We take care of them with the work, and we'll continue to do that. President Bio is very passionate about this. Of course, things like this don't happen before, and I believe it's something that we can surmount collectively as a country, as a people. We're very resilient, and I believe the diamonds that can enough for the course. It will be a blessing, and I'm sure those blessings will come one day.
Okay, continue for day with you in the program. In name now Julius Matai, in the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. As today in the answer for talk, but still away on the happen at the mining sector and save the mining week where then gets for all. The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and now at time for me we take break now the program.
The Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and the National Minerals Agency, NMA, proudly announced the second edition of the Sierra Leone Mining Week, which will be celebrated with events set to take place this year at the Freetown International Conference Center from 19th to 23rd May. This year's theme is Our Mineral Resources, Responsible Mining, Value Multiplication, and Shared Prosperity. One of the features of this year's celebration is the 11th African Diamond Producers Association ADPA's ordinary meeting of the Council of Ministers, consisting 19 countries, where Sierra Leone's Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources will serve as host and chairman. Other events for this important mining week include panel discussions of professionals from several sectors to discuss various mining issues. What's more, there will be an exhibition of Sierra Leone's precious minerals. That is why the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources and the National Minerals Agency jointly invite you to come witness and share your experiences in the mining sector. Registration to attend is free. For further information, please visit www.events.nma.gov.sl or make a quick trip to the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Resources or the National Minerals Agency at New England, Freetown. It's time to talk about the golden glow of gold and other natural national minerals.
Not to know the pressure me.
Hey! They don't do one more, they don't do one. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the number one foreign exchange bureau in the country, they give all their customers them 1% cashback for every transaction where they make through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA. Not so nice K. PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, don't 1% the game. So you will get from Wool, Paddy, or business partner where they send for you money through Western Union, MoneyGram, or RIA. run go na any PC and Son shop where they all about the country. For you where they free tongue, PC and Son shop they na 16 Godrich Road Lumley, 59 Wellington Street, 31 Guard Street, 19 Frobe Road, 10 and 53 Saniabacha Street, 32A Wilkinson Road, 9 Kuto Road, and 24 City Road Porty. For Waterloo Famulem, within a 9A Liverpool Street, Waterloo. For Famulem where they upline, within a 76 Sky Corridor Road Corner, within a 5 Palmer Street Kabbalah, 54 Dambala Road Bo, within a number 4 Denby Street Kenema, 39 Urbane Road Makeni, 137 Airport Ferry Road Lunge, Lagos Compound Kailaun, and 35 IDA Road, Gambia. Tell your neighbor say, PC Foreign Exchange Bureau, the 1% the game.
The program that Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we will bring today edition of the program. My name Adeyemi Jackson.
And me na Karifa to Conte.
Inside the program, we take one part with headline story outside the Director of Road Safety Enforcement at the Salon Road Safety Authority, Auguste Kaitonge, say, then they tap all motorcar where the transport container will not get chain or twist lock for worker and treat as part of the road safety measure. They talk this was second one operation where the Salon Road Safety Authority do with police, soldier, and other sector them as motorcar them where they get mechanical problem not for one at treat. For more on this, make we join Musa Kamara.
Well, currently they na Klein Town, we na Kanike. Currently operation they take place there. We say SLRSA they two motka them and self they examine motka them. We not for apply, we get container, we then think say not appropriate. But people remember say all this operation now in relation to public concern, we don't come up this BNTM after one container accident na Rokel. And other concerns them we don't come out say containers then they run na the city we don't get chain and self not get timing where they for run. Well, I got somebody with me. We go introduce yourself. What would they talk to?
Mina Abdul Karim Mansarin, 2 in personnel of SLRSA Transport Department, 2 in units, creator and CEO of Badina Safety Health Concern.
Now, would they na Klein Town? This is the exit of Wataki. We say containers they only come out. Yeah. We see containers the moon don't tap no for Waka. What are the reason for them?
And based on that, the SLRSA and also the police, we there as a collaboration. We can track some containers there when they come out from the seaport, where they not get chained, they not get twist lock, and some of on vehicle and they around here back where at least they're not fit to apply the road. So then I have to do that check and do some arrest. And if I can see container with this, so I think the video be don't go and I can see the floor where the container at least on feet in a sense, get twist lock, then get chain. So I can see where balance. So that are the safety you will. The 4 corner of this truck, not only at the back we get one chain. The balance they all they not get chain, they not get twist lock.
So what does that mean?
That means say safe to apply the road. First of all, I think say we get the Bolori management, they will get the Stadium Port Authority. The Bolori management are they responsible for let them use a crane for load the container on top, whether 20 feet or 40 feet. That are the essence and the responsibility of the Bolori. The Stadium Port Authority are the responsibility for let them see say any vehicle where they go out of the gate, where not get twist lock or chain for let not come out of the main entrance.
Well, that's now a safety officer now the Salon Road Safety Authority. On the operations where Salon Road Safety Authority they do now Wasaki exit way na Kanike, Klein Town, Eastern parts na Freetown. We continue for talk to more authorities then.
We talk to Mr. Kemo Mansari, Head of Operation ITA, Indigenous Transport Owners Association.
The SLRSA they blame Muna say most of the motka them way the common Wataki not can get chain and not can get safety measures thing. What they respond to the operations?
Well, in that case, partly they are correct because certain vehicles that we can get, with drivers they're not in law abiding at times. But we not get problem with the operation. But in the timeliness of the operation, now we get problem with because what would they expect from them? Say ITA late and early this year now we get an election. We don't get a new executive who don't come on board for steering the association in problem. So we expect we don't get this executive now. this new administration, we from don't sit down and discuss with them and let them give it time, so we can meet with membership and tell them say they will fix them the vehicle them. But so we surprised, we just sit and just come no more on what this they can begin to this exercise. Now that we main concern with
indigenous transport owners. We continue for talk to more authorities then on this issue. Yeah, who would they talk to?
You talk to the director of road safety and enforcement as a road safety authority. We don't discover say them motokaya so as you see them, you take video of them. They are in a poor general mechanical condition. So don't get twist lock na container. But eventually they work on any road. Quick the container roll over. We don't see situation where container don't kill people them. So we say as a lead agency, we don't want for where the thing happen. We go there for me, we go actually put measure in place. We want for be proactive. For more see how we will put preventive measures there in place. For more ensure say that thing has so way they happen. When people they die needlessly, may it stop. So that is why we don't get a joint effort as they watch so the military they will tweet, the police they will tweet. We then have for more ensure say we assess and evaluate their vehicles there also. The one where they in the poor general mechanical condition, where they not get light, they not get twist lock. You they see and say this motor car really is a system the way for able to make motor car. The components are not correct spanner. We they told them we go with vehicle examiners them where they go actually evaluate, assess their vehicle there for me they look at the roadworthiness. What it determine them for run on the road. If they don't get time, we they go keep them. When you go, we tell you say that patch don't point on the motor car. You get them fixed. If you don't license, you license before we release them.
Thank you very much, Augustine Kaitungi, the director of road safety, the Salon Road Safety Authority. They talk to we on the operations within the do now na Klein Town. Well, from Augustine Kaitungi and the operations within they do, people hope say the interest of the public will be at the center. As the transport owners then they raise concern and the public self they raise concern, but whether motor they work on the streets, not get chain, not get twist lock and self can cause accidents. And the transport owners themselves they say they not be expect this operation for camp at this moment. From Kleintown, Wataki, Eastern Partner, Freetown, for Radio Democracy, Musa Kamara, the reports.
The program like Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get Julius Matai, when are the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. We don't they give update about waiting and which is so far don't they happen at the mining sector and also the mining week. We then go all anytime from now. Continue for day with we now the program. When we come back to you, we'll look at other issues them. But inside the program now we go for this break.
You bland taste ice cream and you not feel like an ice cream? No worry again, because Blue Moon ice cream don't come for you.
Blue Moon ice cream na salon that they make up and you get different flavor them like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, almond, bubble gum, plain yogurt, chocobar, ice pop, and different other flavor them.
You're available in all supermarkets and we shop there in Sandal Street, Wellington Street, Wilkinson Road, and Waterloo. Self, we work man at the worker with the push cart they sell. Now salon the factory day when they make this ice cream here. So get better taste with Blue Moon ice cream. It's refreshing and they give you more satisfaction.
For more information, you can call we on 077 633 633. Blue Moon ice cream, the taste of happiness.
Kanu Immigration and Visa Services is your best service provider to travel to Canada on study, work or pleasure. We can facilitate your visa process, work permits, express entry program, family sponsorship, Canadian school admissions, Canadian citizenship, self-employed persons program, and many more. Come to us at 28 Walpole Street, Siaka Stephen Street, Freetown, or reach us via email at info@canuimmigration.com or via 075-143-299. For more information, go to www.canuimmigration.com. We are at your service.
The program na Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We come over to with studio guest when Julius Matai, when the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. Quick one before we go to other issue. Still on the issue of Koidu Holdings. I asked you earlier, say if this matter did not court, because we may for understand say the company we take the government of Salon, the first lady and some Koidu workers them go court.
Okay. When we sign mining agreements with companies, or we give issue, it's actually the government of Sierra Leone and the mining companies we will normally refer as mineral rights holders. Now, Koidu Limited, as an entity, not just the local operating firm here, it gets already a parent company in Octia. Octia be the right to we say they get for start legal proceedings. Earlier, I talked say as far as I know the courts. Let's clarify this. When we get the agreement, there is a section already dealing with arbitration clauses. It means if we get any dispute, we are not able to resolve after 90 days. Either party get right for go to the ICC, then the International Chamber of Commerce, mostly in London based, we agree, or exceed then the International Center for the Settlement of Investment Dispute. And normally those arbitrations is a process that starts, as the government of Sierra Leone normally represented by the Office of the Attorney General Minister of Justice. So that kind of proceeding, as far as concerned, inside court, they yet. But locally also, and no say the workers they become together for take a class action, represented by lawyers here in the local country, the country in the local court, for make sure see the welfare, the salaries and everything is being done. That in the court as far as I know. But that not involve the Ministry of Mines directly, because now labor they deal with that together with the lawyers them. So let's clarify that. Okay. Yeah.
So as of now, waiting to happen at the mining site now, Koidu Holdings.
Currently, Koidu doing care and maintenance. Again, we'll give license to somebody. A mining entity at the right for going to care and maintenance, which normally means you cut down on production or stop production and limit the activities away there. Normally, you can do that for various reasons, either because of price. If price drops seriously, they affect your commercial viability of your project. You can do them for 90. Various days. The duration of that depends on the discussion we get with the Ministry of Mines and the government. Now, they can go into, again, for technical reasons. Then you also get this one with basically an emergency. So, Sierra Leone government already got agreement with Koidu Limited for, say, if there is any issues of this nature will happen, the government obliged to provide security for the assets as well as the staff. So, why is the name care and maintenance? We know, see, where that be happen initially. There was a lot of looting and rioting, on the site. People, they vandalize things them, for various reasons. So we deploy as I talk now, we get the army and the police, security personnel there for provider security. Koidu, they produce, and let we understand, say, Koidu na large scale underground mining. Now, underground mining is very critical. They get with you, they call dewatering because water they come out from underground. We're in a constant operation. Now, if a miner don't operate for 1 year, just imagine the amount of water. Koidu get about 8 levels, deep down, going up to about then over 100 meters deep. Then also gas that they build underground. We can get methane, hydrogen sulfide. We don't want just a small spark and a fire. And if those have not been taken care of, machines have not been there, personnel the way they do, so it's also very risky. So we have to make sure they condone those areas for make sure it not undermine the security, integrity, or environmental degradation of the community. So that's why they are there for. But as at the talk, Koidu is not operational. Diamond production has gone down. Generally we get already a problem with the diamond industry. It was down by the time Koidu go down, or going to care maintenance, the diamond industry was down by 40%. So then they can say, maybe Koidu they come back. The life of mine, immediately only get about 4 or 5 years worth of mining. We don't get new license. So we put all that together. The health and safety issues, the insurance issues. Mining you need investors. The investors' confidence is extremely high. We put all those things, they don't lose the social capital because of lack of trust. The likelihood that they go come back, that decision and then go make them. We love them to come back, but it's not easy. And again, I really want we get probably another session on Koidu on this in Koidu Town one day.
Okay.
But there are a whole lot of things happening in the mining sector.
But Alpha can be say the company go bankrupt and I make them close.
No, up to the time, as far as I know, up to the time Koidu operate, I was the Minister of Mines, they were still producing. Okay.
Okay.
2024, Kwedu, total diamond export from this country was worth almost about $106 million. Kwedu alone did about $82 million. So they've already done something like 75 to 80% of total diamond export from this country, rough diamonds. As I speak now, that is less than, production is almost zero. So the one that's already do, Maya, they do small export and artisanal is not even up to 20 million.
Okay.
So they were producing when that strike happened.
So, Mr. Minister, how the ministry don't they do in terms of for combat the issue of illegal mining and mineral smuggling, and where some mining company can take from the country?
Before I address that, people like to understand we get large scale mining licenses again. When are the large companies where I don't talk about so. We get about 36 of them large scale. These are massive investments. Mining is very capital intensive, it's full of risk. We on job now for make sure we create the right environment with law and transparent, predictable, and one way or the other, very transparent, so that we compete against other jurisdictions in the West African country. So we do that, then we get small scale. We get license. As I talk, so we get about 29 of them. It's very difficult for get illegal or illicit mining in those areas because these are license holders. Most of the issues they get with illegal or illicit mining are in artisanal mining. That sector, artisanal license, are reserved for Sierra Leoneans purely. Those licenses we don't give to foreigners. Now only Sierra Leoneans. Small scale, yes. Foreigner, if you come, you are obliged to get 25% share. You get to give that share to Sierra Leonean. So most of the problems they get, again, let's clarify between illegal and illicit mining. Illegal mining, now the one way they go, we don't get license. They are doing things willy-nilly here. They jump from left, right, they go balance. They will get one them, will get license. But they are doing things unethically, immorally, environmental degradation that are illicit. I can always give this example. There is a law, that make we even, if I say this, in relationship, you see the talk about illicit affairs, then they talk about illegal affairs. There is no law where they talk say married man or married woman don't forget affair. Legally you married, but which you do something an illicit act. So in mine itself, the one and they will go license, they do the right thing, that they go mine, they damage the environment, they not remediate or revegetate or anything, they just jump. Those are the ones we're having problems with. And most times when they see per television or people they saying on social media, don't catch some Chinese or don't catch some Nigerian man them or some Ghana man them. We can always say wait, Chinese man they come upon China, you go find in the smallest village. If they're amongst those communities, they don't know better. The local chief, the section chief, the town chief, they don't know. So we need also help from the community. We get my monitors them. Okay. We did. So those problems, of course, not to we no more able to combat. EPA they did a fantastic job with we. You see where they go around. Also the bond dredges, ONS they work with we. They also work with the National Water Resource Management Agency for make sure we address those issues. The issues of illegality, sadly, or illicit mining, involve too many stakeholders, from the top to the bottom. And I said that without any hesitation. We get politicians, central, local. We involve. We get paramount chiefs involved. We get local activists, men, women, young people. It's a massive operation, and we appeal to the nation, to the communities, our young men and young women, old men, old women. When I help we, because this is mining takes place in hard to reach areas. We don't get all the logistics for there. So sometimes oversensitization of this on social media can actually create distrust, and they make the agency as if the NMA or the ministry know the work. So you're a small country, but there's a lot to be done.
Another concern we don't come out from community people outside the mining activity that they take place. Now that community development not the in terms of forget basic amenities the outside the mining activity that they take place, the people not the benefits. So how governments don't they do in that area there?
First, I'll give for make this again clear. Mining companies that they can in this country, the primary aim not to can develop Sierra Leone. Now we get for develop itself. They come, they are profit oriented. If nobody come for profit, if the NGO say no, they know the cast NGO. So with developmental agenda, now we for one, whether in a local community who some mining take place agriculture or something else. So that's why we get the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, we got other government MDs, when we're in responsibility, we get local government. So let us not shy away from that. Anything else where the mining companies they can do, additional. And anything where they can meet, a pristine, very clean environment to mine, they begin degrade, they begin going. That's why they do environmental impact assessment. That's why in that environmental impact assessment, they get environmental social management plan for sure how you get for remediate, how you get for actually address those issues. At the same time, to ensure that, because we know, say, mining, whether you like it or not, it damages the environment, whether even the water, whether not the air, whether even just the social fabric of the community is broken, because you normally get influx of foreigners that they come, or even local people from within the country. So what we talk about now here is we necessary for letting mining a community and take responsibility. Now I make inside the law from 2009, we get to consider a community development agreement where the mining community sign with the community or the primary host community, ensuring that they give a proceed, as I said earlier, now at least 1% of the gross revenue from previous year. One of the issues where they come up, which, if you just give me 1 minute, I'll address, because a lot of people can ask about this. Recently, Uguton Kolili, the president, we hand over a check of 99 billion, but now 3 chiefdoms are no more. They say, what about the remaining chiefs within Addison Tonkolili? The same thing will happen at Putloko. We'll be going Marampa. They say, Mafoki and Marampa no more. What about the remaining 11 chiefdom? So again, in the 2023 Act, we come up with what we call Mining District Development Fund for make sure, say, where we don't collect royalties. Royalties now, when somebody export, we take a percentage. Bulk minerals now 3%. Diamonds, they depend on how many carats you get, but at least from 6.5% onwards. So we take 20% of those royalties annually, so they will distribute them to those chiefdoms. We know the benefit from Community Development Fund, but they are in a mining district where there are mineral resources. So we make sure there's some equality and equity within the distribution of those CDAs. Those CDAs are managed. Again, we don't get a lot of accusations here that is not being done. That money too much for the communities. I agree. So now we don't come with formula with the engaged Ministry of Local Government, MOPED as well. We right now, as I talk, so we don't work on consultation. We don't come with a formula for make sure that money is being used well. Even with it on Kolili, the President, His Excellency President, come with a very good idea when a tripartite to call them. We even if anybody don't travel from Bumbura Tego na Kingo side, the road is extremely bad. So that they take part of that money, put it into an escrow account, the company self contribute, the government contribute, let them do the roads.
Mr. Minister,
so these are taking place.
When you come to the CDA fund, you get different layers we involve in terms of the management and distribution of that fund, where the mining company they give to communities and where also the mining activities they happen. But concern where don't they come out from even the mining companies that's proper accounts, not the show as to how communities that they use this money. So for clarity, who that they manage them funds there?
Okay. The Community Development Agreement, the CDA, is an agreement between the primary host community, that means the community chiefs on the outside mining they take place, and the mining company. Now actually between those two. Out of that, they get the CDC, Community Development Committee, which is made up of so many representatives of the community, from the local council, local governments, then also from, women, youth, civil society organizations. They are all part of it. Then they get also a chairman, mostly not the chairman of the council. Then they get also a community development steering committee. So this is not like we get the executive and the legislative body, or the cabinet and the parliament, for monitor other things that they come up. There is also a law that they are obliged for creating a community development fund, the CDF. And then the responsibility of the CDC via the chairman for make sure they open bank account. Yeah? Now any commercial bank na Sierra Leone. Then the company, not to the year where they produce the proceeds from the previous year, the gross revenue, 1%, not even the net revenue. Now they will put that account. Now you ask whether they manage that. The community development, the CDC committee, now then together with the steering committee, now then they provide oversight. They get their own legislative and governance structure set up. They get their laws and bylaws, how they for the user money. Now, of course, I agree. Sometimes we don't see that even when the money they come, you get a repetition of projects every day they undertake. Now for go dig well, now for go paint court barrier, now for go paint school, what? But I think there are some developmental needs bigger than that. Now I make even in the law, we refer to that. Though again, the Ministry of Mines, we know they actually not too responsible for development in the communities than our local government and Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, but we they assist them as well. So we they do the initial assessment for make sure the companies they pay within due to the community. So we, the guide, I think also the needs of those communities is enshrined in law in the Local Government Act. They get which therefore they undertake community needs assessment report, where therefore they work with that and see how they do that. Yes, there are challenges. We are working on that right now. We work with the Ministry of Local Government and Community Affairs, as well as the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, for come up with a formula for address those issues. Okay. So these community issues, we involve all the stakeholders, the chiefs, and every other person. Those consultations are ongoing, and we do believe so we'll work out a formula with the work.
Okay. Continue for the week we in the program. In name na Julius Matai, Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. When we come back to go look at the mining week and also waiting to happen with Arise coming in. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue inside the program where they go for this break.
Cecil, do you know any sharp usa I go able get quality laptop or desktop computer for buy? When I go give me wahala like the last one?
Aisha, you see this Dell computer na me hand? It don't pass 8 years from where I begin user. It no one day give me problem. Na Palestino International in shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street, na they are buyer. Not to copyright Palestino they sell, na original. You see this me plasma TV, this Samsung home theater, me standing fan and mobile phone. Every day when you see them, it's like a new one. They don't pass 8 years na me hand. Palestino don't open Palestino International Computer Shop na 3 Bojon Street Bow. Also you they get all kind computer for buy. For more, just call 076 56 5432 077 80 5898. Palestino International in Computer Shop, all team day for you.
Don't bank digital banking, don't come for we.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Nah, bank are the one go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloombank Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko Kotiai.
But Abula fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Not so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloombank Digital, you can bank with freedom any side na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Isa to Bloombank Digital. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloombank Digital Banking.
Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store, or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit we website bloombankafrica.com. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
The program now Good Morning Salon, it comes to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Yourself can be part of the program by way of sending comments or text message to the number 077921981, or self you go on our Radio Democracy Facebook page. Well, inside the program now, we take one power headline story them. According to the President Julius Malabio, part of in government's commitment now for provide mentorship training, give quality education and give work to more young people. President Julius Malabio talk this inside the Julius Malabio Leadership Colloquium 2.0. Kabia Getman gonna report.
Born May 12, 1964, Natiu, Sobini Chiefdom, Bont District. President Julius Malabio start in primary education, Napujon District, and be later attend the Bo Government Secondary School. After that, he be joined the Republic of the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. President Julius Malabio gets bachelor degree by international relations and master's degree on international affairs na the American University na Washington DC. Inside 1996, President Julius Malabio been served as head of state and be in charge of the transition we bring calm democratic rule na the country. After that, he be step aside and hand over power to civilian governments. Inside 2018, President Julius Malabio be contest under the Sierra Leone People's Party and win the presidential election, and self been contest back inside 2023 Usai Salon people been votes for him for the second term. Now the international stage, President Julius Maada Bio, they serve as the ECOWAS chairman of the Authority of Head of States and Governments, and under in leadership, Salome win seats na the UN Security Council, one big diplomatic achievement. We bring honor na the country for celebrate in life achievements and leadership. Leader them and safe young people across the country can do a special program for the president. We then call the Julius Maada Bio Leadership Colloquium for continue for celebrate in leadership and safe in birthday, make the Ministry of Youth Affairs together with them partner them. Don't organize back the Julius Maada Bio Leadership Colloquium 2.0 and the African Young Leaders Convergence with the theme From Potential to Power, Unlocking Youth Agency for Africans Transformation.
We gather here to celebrate the leader whose legacy is rooted in humble service, transformation, and belief in the next generation. What a wonderful vision. What a timely conversation. And one of the defining moments for Africa. Today we gather here not just for discussion, but for purpose. We gather here because Africa stands as an important moment in its history. At the center of Africa's transformation are its young people.
You've been there listening to the Minister of Youth Affairs, Ibrahim Sano, where we talk about the importance of this gathering. Waiting President Julius Maada Bio in leadership, turn like to world leader them, the 6th Secretary General, when are the first woman where the older office day, Honorable Baroness Patricia Scotland, being gets this for say.
Every time I'm with young people, it is an inspiration because you don't look just at the world as it is. You are shaping how the world should be. And the world needs your innovation, your creativity, your determination, your courage.
This Julius Maada Bio Leadership Colloquium been featured different people and one person. Now be the 21st Oluwa of Warri Kingdom, Delta State, Nigeria. His Royal Majesty Ogiame Atuashe III, CFR. We self been talk about the reason why leader in Africa is say for invest by young people.
And the young people in this room carry a share of it that no institution can take on their behalf. Because the standards you set for each other, the ambition that you refuse to negotiate downward, the accountability that you hold yourselves to when nobody is watching, these are already acts of leadership and they matter today as much as they matter in the future.
After all these statements and birthday message them, the president, Julius Maada Bio, be first talk about waiting leadership, be mean to him as young person.
I've had to spend most of my life for public life, and I started as a youth, and for most of the accomplishments actually I did when I was a youth. If we talk about democracy, I was only 32. If we talk about finishing the war, I was only 32. Responsible leadership for this country, I was also in the early 30s, in fact in the late 20s. So I've had to do most of the things that speak well about my character, my democratic credentials, when I was only a youth.
With all the experience here we don't get, now some the reason in this, we make it say in government, decide for invest more by young people.
Leadership is actually stewardship, and it should start and end one day. I don't have monopoly over ideas, and there are quite a lot of other people that we can train, and that is why I believe in the agency of the youth. If we can mentor them, bring them on board, and train them, they will be better leaders tomorrow. So leadership in the field, they see us stumble and get up, and you don't have to go to any school to learn leadership. You have to be part of it.
President Julius Maada Bio be end up tell thank you to Salon people and safe young people across the continent for the celebrate when they celebrate during in birthday and say in government go continue for give more support and give more strength to team them we get to do with young people na the country for Radio Democracy. Kabia the reports.
And the program now Good Morning Salon, they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We come over to the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Julius Maada. Waiting so far, we see the ministry in full preparation for the mining week. Take me through the mining week.
Thank you very much. The Mining Week, this is now the second edition of the Sierra Leone Mining Week. We conceptualized this last year. We get the first inaugural Mining Week last year, April 8th to the 10th. But that was, a very important event because the Mining Week, we merged up with what we call African Diamond Producers Association events as well. Last year, I took over the chairmanship for the first time in the history of Sierra Leone of the African Diamond Producers Association. This is an intergovernmental organization for African diamond producing countries, made up of 15 members. Then now we get 7 observers. So we get Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, DRC, Congo. We get Angola, South Africa, Tanzania, Mozambique, and Central African Republic. Then, of course, the observers, they are the non-African countries. We basically join, African and non-African countries. So in there, we get Gabon, we get Russia Federation, we get Algeria, we get Mali, Mauritania. Then under my chairmanship last year, September, after, a lot of negotiation, then we get Mozambique join as well as India. So if you notice now, we get 22 members then. And we combine, last year I take over the chairmanship. This year, because the chairmanship runs for 2 years, my deputy, the Minister for Mineral and Petroleum Resources of South Africa, Honorable Matashe. So by next year, 2027, April, my chairmanship going to end. So we began the 10th ADPA ordinary meeting of Council of Ministers. Then the executive body, decision-making body of ADPA. The aim of ADPA, and actually for make sure we harmonize our policies in the mining, in the diamond, be exploration, production, valuation, cutting and polishing. Therefore, make sure we as a voice, especially African countries where they contribute to nearly 70% of rough diamond production, we able to act and make sure we share knowledge, technology, and other stuff. So this year, second meeting with ADPA. So Sierra Leone will host the 11th ordinary meeting of the Council of Ministers. So that it take place on the 19th and the 20th of May within the Mining Week. The Mining Week itself, President, they open now on the 20th of May on Wednesday. So we get 3 days of panel discussions, exhibition, wherein we bring various stakeholders from the mining companies. They want to really finance the mining companies, the banks, the insurance. They want to provide services to the mining companies. We, the regulators, policymakers, other government MDAs, we bring students them in. We bring in other investors, everybody that can be into money. Freetown International Conference Center. Again, the whole idea is to ensure we showcase what in the mining sector they do. Bring in all these players, they put names to faces and showcase. Over the years, we don't go in Durban, South Africa, we don't go to Toronto, they go to Dubai. We do other exhibition there. But we, young man and young woman, we brothers and sisters don't get the opportunity for see this. So they run every day from around 8 o'clock till late in the evening. We get a lot of companies that will sponsor we get cocktail here and there for make sure when I say from the media, they want to say from the investment sector, they meet the CEOs of these companies, they meet the decision makers, they meet the investors. We get, actually all the major banks they did it. Actually all the major ministries they get for DD for ensure we get panel discussions on various themes from community issues to financing issues to arbitration issues to actually women in mining. So the ADPA meeting, 2 days, which is on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then the actual mining week with the exhibition also starts from the Wednesday till Saturday. The Saturday last year, for them to be attend, we'll be do outdoor concerts. All work and no play makes Jackie the old boy. So after that heavy work, we actually do an outdoor concert last year in Bichimani. This year we did do inside Chapter 1 nightclub. We invite people in a free but by invitation only. So the essence of the mining week, again, as I say, we don't do quite a lot in the mining sector. Okay. As I say, currently, iron ore is responsible for nearly 70 to 80% of total export from this country. Followed by, heavy mineral sands, then a mixture of ilmenite, zircon, and rutile. Then we, of course, the diamond industry did down. They will get bauxite, we get coltan, we get gold. The gold, anytime I talk about gold, I feel excited. And this I bring this news to Sierra Leoneans. Okay. For so long, over 8 decades, we mine gold now only artisanally. We get people that whether they go mine 2-3 grams here, sell to the Julaman, they carry and go to Guinea. A few years ago, we give, for the first time, large scale mining license na Bauman Chiefdom, who say you get FG Gold. You know, where they begin, we all be facing only about 3.8 million ounces of gold a day. FG Gold come in, put in a lot of effort, do extensive drilling. Now we talk about 5.8 million ounces. That we talk about, quite a large amount. And they do further exploration. Now the same thing at Konona Koma. Yes, I know Konoma they talk about diamond, but they have massive gold deposit. The Chinese company be taken initially, one gold mining investment company. They don't partner with the fourth largest gold mining company from China, Shaojin. Now the Gold Lion, they are doing that. 2027 is going to be phenomenal. FG Gold, right now we don't visit them. We see, they are building organically from a greenfield. Yeah, the Chinese company itself, they do the underground, the first underground gold mining. In fact, in this part of the Mano River Union Basin. So if they go into production, FG Gold, they begin, 2027, they project they're going to do something between 5 to 8 tons. We need to talk about total exports of nearly 1.1 to 1.2 billion at current price. Because at the moment, a ton is almost about $150 million. Yeah, that's a lot of revenue. Now, the same thing with Kobanwiti that they do. And that they create also jobs for people. Waiting that they get for help, with balance of payments. It help, in terms of which the revenue they bring in the forex. It helps stabilize the economy. With the loans, of course. The fiscal and monetary policies, of course, therefore be right, which the Bank of Sierra Leone and Ministry of Finance will work with them to make sure see that happen. Iron ore, it expand. We just go launch another 10 million tons per annum now to Kolili. Current, they do now 20 million tons per annum processing. The plan is by next year for the export from the current 10 to 12 million tons where they do to up to 20 to 25. So iron ore alone they produce, total export 2025 is over $800 million. So we believe, say, the mining sector, we are making progress. And each one of the companies there, what they talk about, so, each one they on a program, because the confidence in the mining sector will increase. Investors are willing to come in for pour more money. We see waiting to route itself. Don't go. They go send home for do all of those things. So this will they go showcase all at the mining week.
Yeah, because back to the mining week. My question is, waiting Sierra Leone as a whole for see inside this coming mining week we wanna get for, because you mentioned say this one get for be different from the previous one. Waiting are some of the changes, waiting are some of the new things where Sierra Leone as a get for go see.
First thing is we go exhibit which we don't achieve over the years. And the prospect will lie ahead, because I believe, say, honestly, our biggest achievements as Sierra Leoneans in the mining sector, they stay ahead of us. But we, as an expert, they see the vision, but some people don't able to see it. Sometimes people, when you talk about mining sector, say, we know the benefits, we don't gain much. So they go actually, they get exhibition booths. Actually, every major mining company in this country get exhibition booth for showcase what they do. Most times, yes, again, we've been accused, say, we just export the raw minerals, we know they add value. When most times some people, they see bauxite. It looks fiber brown dirty like brick. They will say, look, the aluminum now from this they come on, a value addition. But it means you get to get the right infrastructure, the right skill set for do that, of course, the right financing. Now, how do we move from that? I agree. Now, the theme for this mining week, now our mineral resources, responsible mining, value multiplication, and shared prosperity. So make sure that those mining companies that mine responsibly, take into consideration environmental and social governance issue. Busa we talk say value multiplication. Most time we talk about value addition. See how basically where people like talk about lithium. So we get lithium now. Why don't they produce more to carry on? Electric vehicles. Other countries that they do them. But a lot of people, they don't understand how that work. Yeah, the lithium ore they mine and a lithium ore they get for mine down there, crush them, grind them, and get what you call lithium concentrate. That's how they export. Now for make that into electric vehicles, now a whole process, a whole chemical industry and automotive industry. That lithium ore they get for go roast and crush them, change them to lithium sulfate. Then down the back they convert them to lithium hydroxide and lithium carbonate, where the value they go up. The spodumene wood they export from here, a ton is roughly about $700-800. But by the time they convert them into battery grade lithium hydroxide and carbonate, it don't go almost to about $10,000. Then, of course, you need energy, infrastructure, and the right thing for do that. Then they get for take down the back, undertake what we call electrolysis, for convert that lithium chemical to lithium metal. The other metal back, they get for take and convert it into cathode and anodes for make battery, cells, modules, and pack before they sell them to other companies where they make more to carry them. So now, whole integrated industry. So at the mining week, we go showcase this, let people understand. So every time they say, why we need to make electric motor? People like ask, why we need to do steel? We get iron ore. It's energy intensive. As it speaks, so none of the mining companies are not connected to the national grid. So each one of them a captive power generator. It means that the cow they own diesel them run 24/7. It's costing them quite a lot. Okay. But still, with the work for put those, with the work recently when I see the West African Integration and Investment Summit, now for see how they harmonize things and they bring them together, build infrastructure. So they go showcase down there. Then we also get academia, they come. We want to encourage young men and young women in the sector. We want to motivate, inspire, empower them. So we go showcase this, we get discussions on how you get money for mine. Several days ago, we talk, say, oh, surely, why not run with your mining company? Why would you say no, they run this? If it was so easy, why would not for do them? Sierra Leone as a country, we not get which will consider credit rating. Everybody knows, say, even at the West, where you want to get access to credit, you go check. If you're in the UK, they go check you on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. But as a country, Moody,
Mr. Matalo,
S&P, they go check, salary will not get so for raise money in heart.
Yes, would they go for walkabouts program?
All right.
Another morning again, at the Wednesday, oh yeah. Happy belated birthday to my good friend, Go. Go. Happy birthday, belated. Yesterday, I see the clothes where you wear. Now to the white this shine pan you mind. With the talk and go talk and car. 62 years, not a picking age mine. Now just 3 years different between you and the country. But anyway, and now this I can tell people say, una friend love, like the way I fatty, let go. Talk and go, talk and can fatty, let go, bing. Yesterday, not so fatty, then you go. Not so go, judge is mine. I say, oh yeah, love sweet. Now this they can say in English, love birds. Ati go, now this with the say, you know, see now you don't go up. Now he make things there for begin to happen, for make your legacy live. Ati bo anyway, happy belated birthday go. Ati yesterday even them, ati go na me small yard. I see them police, then they behind them market woman, then they broke them table, they run after them. I say, hey, this country. This security sector people na problem na this country. Una not sabi the run after, then rotten mutka them within New England. Duazak, within a Tembeton, within a Congo tongue, una the run after poor people with the market them. Now una same one, them mutka the past before una trailer no to that yesterday back, na to that truck, one long truck, it get boku cement there, timber Mount Cut Melon Street, wake it for reverse yonder, like the mutka don't get light aid. I say security sector, unu say una ki misplace unu priority. Una bigi una ta de roti mutka them, then container, then the other thing them. But na poor people every day una de bien bo unu te bo unu pass mark bo, unu do pass mark bo no to so. Plenty things dey happen at the country. Una for put behind una not the put out, una just de bien people no more up and down. Ati, where then ki tell people then say not to wait dirty na street. Una can vision na people that unu do. Anything with small rain come, na disaster. That if you see the street this morning, yeah, if you see so dirty, that grafting plastic, then we mega cola rubber, then and they full up the street mine. Now make I can say, it don't reach them for let them come in and they begin this small thing to government or let themselves take part for the sweep the street. So them product them at them bokuna the street. But anyway, the one that we they in charge when a government, they not see that one day. Now them don't reach for long a pressure them company there where they make them plastic them. Let themselves begin take part for the sweep the street mine. Ati, Uncle Julius, good morning, no, Uncle Julius, good morning, how the sector? Ati, what you this morning, yeah, what sitting I do get for come? Not you, ati this money at least they don't try, not the mining sector. But how far with that case, you and that man, or you and that minister, whether in charge of the country in budget? That minister been say, wait you together and wait till they go inside the consolidated fund, not be the same. We mean say, game the play. Me na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
The program Good Morning Salon they continue, and now at time for me we read some of the messages we don't can at the program. This one from Kingston Momoi in our Facebook page. They say Julius Mata is exceptionally talented and highly educated. He has brought a remarkable transformation to the Ministry of Mines and has greatly improved the mining sector in the country.
This one from Mystic Nadwazak say, good to hear from your studio guest. He has been tremendous in transforming the mining sector since his days at NMA before going to the Ministry of Mines. I want to wish you well in your administrative duties.
This other one again from Sylvester Tucker, they say, okay, this one not clear, me.
This one from Usman Masaya say, good morning, Mr. Kaitungi of Sierra Leone Safety Authority. We need more effort, please, from your ministry.
This last one for me from Usman Masaya. They say, thank you, sir. You have improved Sierra Leone mining system to the highest level. God bless you, sir, from Manage of Vera Catering Services.
This one from Sir say the Koidu mining properties has been systematically looted in collaboration with security forces, which the government is silent about. And quick one before we come to the studio again. This one said the mining companies please come and see Rutai community, Upper Banta, Semehu community, Boya community. It's more on poverty, damages, and health hazard on the community. People, bad roads, doing fine. Mr. Minister, have you visited this community and see how community people are suffering with mining companies? And also this other one, they ask the issue between the statement where the Minister of Finance will make with regard the mining sector. Also, the Minister said that the revenue where the mining sector they collect or gets not to in actually they go to the consolidated fund. We come over to we studio guests with the Minister of Mines for respond to some of the messages there we don't come.
Thank you very much. Glad for the feedback. The confidence instilled in me in the sector. One thing I want to address, I can say this, I can consider myself a failure in this sector if I'm not able, or we, in the mining sector, not able to inspire, motivate and empower Sierra Leoneans them in the mining sector for level create your own Dangote in the mining sector, Sierra Leoneans. And I say this with all honesty. I've been in this mining sector for some time. I've seen Sierra Leoneans that they come, that they escort somebody, they come and they say this is an investor, you get money. I say, what about you? So for me, we know we brothers and sisters already in the diaspora, the one that we there, let we create an avenue. We're still trying to engage them. Yes, mining is risky. We need for the risk as a government. But the biggest risk where you go take, now we not take that risk for invest. When they see mining companies, the people that they come, the mining companies that they come, they don't know what they give. Let's take FG Gold, because now one of the companies that we don't grow organically. FG Gold, in April last year, we go to London, they go take loan from African Finance Corporation, 330 million. They get another 175 million from actually Afro-Exim Bank. They get another 20 million from Angola Sovereign Wealth Fund. They get 20 million from Trafigura. They even get, $60 million worth of energy for letting do hybrid energy with cross-boundary. You understand? So all I want is a loan that they take. So now investment, the payback period for mining is long, especially if you start from a greenfield. Now, when you say how you access finance, these people then get reputable credit ratings. They work with institutions. We already get, they come from country get good sovereign credit rating. As I say earlier, Sierra Leone, not on Fitch, not on Moody, not on SP as a government. Most of we money they pass from IMF either through the extended credit facility or the World Bank, or we get grants. We say we go FG Gold spend over 600 million just to develop the mine. So as a country, difficult. As individual, go to any one of these commercial banks and salon. I'm not even 14 or 15 of them. Say you want 100 million. I think that amount is more than some of the capitalization. So we get for create the avenue for less Sierra Leoneans have access to those finance, and we, now the regulatory sector, make sure we guide them. Who say for go invest, who say for go explore. It starts with exploration. And the other thing which somebody just mentioned, we talk about the degradation of Sierra Rutile. Last year, person they asked me if I don't go Sierra Rutile. 1985, where I don't mean A level. Now Sierra Rutile first I go work. Now inspired me for that going to mining. When I came back from the UK in 2011-12, I worked on Sierra Rutile extensively as a consultant. I made most of the mineral resource mapping with them. And I made develop the community, rehabilitation database. So from Ogbemo, Baba Belebu, Tanina, Bani, Lanti, Pejebu West. I know those areas. I know what they talk about. I did a lot of environmental work, and I accept that some of this degradation needs to be addressed. We started mining there from 1967. I understand what this man they talk about, or this person. Even Sembe who they go. But every time we do this, we do environmental impact assessments for make sure say we pay community, surface rates. The communities also need to take responsibility. I go recently Mogbimo and Reba Town. Again, as you say, in Perry, Upper Banta, Lower Banta, and Junk, they need to come together. Some of the money they get, let them invest. As I said, the mining companies also come to make investment. So we second for take those responsibilities and rather than just fold we hand. And the other thing again, I just want to talk about, I know so we run out of time. At the mining week, all these questions where people they ask me, the very first day, there's a lot of discussion on critical minerals. All man they talk about lithium, graphite, cobalt here and there. Other countries, especially the West, that they try to see how, they will get an agreement there. Recently, I've been writing one piece where I seen on social media about the known unknowns, where they try to explain to people and say, it's really we need to explore more. Yeah. We get a potential, but that potential will remain dormant if we not invest financially, technically, and human resource-wise for where we on nothing, which they under we foot. Okay. Yes, a lot of people they say we don't take nationwide airborne geophysical survey. I can always repeat, then just the first layer. And the sensors that we use, radiometric and magnetic, just to give you an insight. The one that will need gravimetric and electromagnetic for actually see all them pegmatite, lithium bearing ores, them for do gold and other stuff. We're never able to take. We need to put money into that. Once we discover the resources, investors will come. And not only those investors have to come from abroad, from within Sierra Leone. Okay. Let we change the mindset. Let we actually see ourselves as investors. Let we actually know that we own these resources. Let we partner where we cannot, with them on the way they come. For let we ensure, say, with somebodyness, as Sierra Leoneans, we discover, let's be entrepreneurial. Academic skills are not enough. Okay. Entrepreneurial skills are important, and also, of course, the spirit of patriotism that one develop a country. Okay, quick, Mr. Minister, quick one before we go. The issue of the Minister of Finance. Yeah. There was a statement where he made that most of the resources where they come out from the mining sector, not to in the go to the consolidated fund. Now, again, let me make this clear. National Minerals Agency, where they under the Ministry of Mines, no, they collect money. So even the license fees, royalties, the assessment they do. Even the hear people that talk say, we don't even know what's in the mining economies that they export, they go, they see more than a net. It's not true. First, gold, we do the assaying through the Directorate of Precious Minerals Trading within our Bank of Sierra Leone, diamond as well. Iron ore, or we took bulk minerals, iron ore, bauxite, rutile, we get people at station day. We do draft surveyors, young men and young women. We take all those assets, we access them for no say waiting at the chemical composition, waiting at the parameters. Now, waiting finance minister they talk about, I can understand. NRA, now then they collect. Say, for example, I tell you, so we get large scale mining, 36 license. Okay? If we get 36, you'd expect if you pay 1 million each, now 36 million also. So on we on record, now 36 million. We don't issue. We'll forget. So we send that information. Now, NRA they collect. So mining companies, they go make arrangements with them. Rather than pay 1 million, they pay installment. Whether they pay 500, whether they pay 600, which again is against the law. So by the time they reconcile, if you don't they take half, you don't go reach what we don't say 9 for B. So we they expect, say, if not 36 license, you will pay 36 million for go inside the consolidated fund. But NRA English show to finance it, now 27 because they don't make arrangements with other companies that already pay in bits and pieces. I think that they the disparity. The government is united. We try to work across all sectors, so make sure to reconcile it. We inform. I think we have a duty here for inform the with citizens. But most times, when we put those figures out, we also provide a caveat where they explain, rather than just the headline. I think that creates the disparity. We work with the Ministry of Finance. Minister of Finance has been very supportive in most of the things they do. The NRA has been very supportive. So, you cannot decouple what's happening at the mining sector from the fiscal aspect as well as the monetary aspect. Because for let the economy work, we all get for work, collaborate, coordinate, and that's what we are doing. I do believe, we don't achieve a lot, and we will showcase more at the mining sector. And I do believe, Sierra Leoneans, I'll be coming more on this radio. When I will see me, we'll talk. There's a lot to talk about. Sure. And I very much appreciate this opportunity. And I look forward to engaging more. And I say thanks to all Sierra Leoneans for the patience. We're a resilient nation. And in the mining sector, what we'll be doing is be resilient, even when we get price commodity volatility. The diamond industry did down because of lab-grown diamonds.
Okay.
Bauxite prices are going down. So we are going to do things.
Time to time and Geka updates the public.
Yeah.
As Adeyemi, Nainga for reports on the mining week, you get for they come up with some of the issues then they. Okay, plenty thank you we joining at the program. And name now Julius Matai, and the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources. As today we also for talk, but still them we don't happen at the mining sector and save the mining week. We then get for all na the country. Plenty thank you we joining at the program. Where one for announce for Monday we will begin broadcast to Good Morning Salon program from 7:30 to 9:30. Well, now this edition of the program Good Morning Salon go left for today, May 13, 2026. Plenty thank you to you producer Sapti Kalon with support from Yeno Kabia and DJ Sugarcane for technical support. Mary Kamara Bangwa make una watch you live on Facebook page. And we'll present the program council now this Wednesday morning. My name is Karifa to content.
And Adeyemi Jackson is a goodbye.